What is up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. It's Dr. Vibe, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations 2020, Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that team in 2022 and 2021, reached out directly and indirectly to over 100,000 fathers around the world. And as always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And we're broadcasting live here on December 8th. 17 days now till that day they call Christmas. Have you started any shopping yet? Are you going to do any dieting over the Christmas period? Because, you know, Dr. Vibe's going to be drinking a lot of his water to make sure that he behaves himself, because I put myself on the scale the other day and I went, whoa. So some of you may or may not know I've been changing my dietary habits over the last few months now. And I actually just came off a 3-day juice fast earlier this week, Monday to Wednesday. Went fine, saw the results, and want to maintain or even keep on getting things lower in regards to different things around the health journey. So that's it. Let's do some housework. Before that, Ryan, my co-host, should be here by the bottom of the hour. One of his Friday rituals is walking, as they say, walking his kiddos to school. So let's do a few things. Let's say, please subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the subscribe button. So push the button, subscribe, notifications, to get notified of upcoming conversations. Good stuff. Next up, to advertise your business, product, or service on the show or any of the shows that I host, please email me dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. And 2, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Give me a second. I've got something in my eye and it's bothering me. Okay, that's better. Yeah, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Email me dr.vibe@thedrvibeshow.com. Yeah, we put exclusive content in there, and also the ways of keeping the conversation going in between the Morning Vibe shows. For example, we had Sean DeFreitas on Monday. Great, gave some great tips in regards to accounting. You know, it's year end, especially if you're businesses or even a private person, getting all your receipts and everything together. And I spoke with him yesterday. He says, you know, Dr. Vibe, I owe you. I'm going to put my 10 tips when it comes to accounting, you know, getting your stuff together at the end of each year. So I'm on him on that, but that's only going to be available to the Discord group. Nobody else, at least initially, just the Discord group. All right. So what's been going on in everyone's world? Where's everyone chiming in from? Would love to know. You getting ready for the holiday season? And also, too, stick around to the end of the show. We have a very special announcement that does involve me and a regular contributor, at least in the comments section to the show. So hope everyone's doing fine. Hey, what's going on? Just like to know, because we have another, well, not a new friend to Ryan, but a new friend to me coming up. And this is something I know very little about, and I don't know a lot. Some things I don't know a lot, but this area, I'm going to get schooled in a good way by this new friend. So just want to know what's going on, everybody. Talk to me. What's been going on? Quiet audience. All right. So you know what? Let's get to our new friend. My new friend. Hopefully she'll accept me as a friend this morning. We have Laura Scarlett-Martin. She is a mortgage and housing industry leader, speaker, venture capitalist, and visionary, known for her authenticity and insights. She's guided by a fairness instinct and is passionate about quote, telling it like it is, unquote. And she is dressed really nice because you can tell she tells it like it is by the way she carries herself, right? While providing value through education, mentorship, strategic advising, and partnerships. She's the CEO of Matrix Mortgage Global, which has become a 5-time cinq, un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq en français, which has become, brokerage of the year. Impressive. Employer of choice and number one private lending mortgage in Canada. Wow. I'm common. Oh, wow. Okay. They have groundbreaking marketing and SEO techniques, the best in training in industry, and extensive infrastructure to support new market entrants along with their clients. So without any ado, the main person today is not me. It is not me. It is Laura Scarlett. Good morning, Miss Scarlett. How are you?
Good morning. I'm amazing, Dr. Vibe. Thank you so much for having me. I'm well rested and
Oh,
I'm absolutely lit up to talk about whatever you think your audience will find most valuable.
well, I was told by Ryan we're going to chat about a subject today. But what I'd like to do is find out a little about you. This is the first time myself and the Morning Vibe family is being introduced to you. So can you share a little bit about your background? Because I know you're just on fire when it comes to mortgages. What else are you all about?
Well, I think it's important to note that everyone's going to have seasons in their life. And so for the last 16 years, I focused on real estate finance. I also got my degree in psychology and cognitive science from the University of Toronto in an epic, can I swear?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, in an epic journey to unfuck myself.
Okay. All
But
right.
I'm gonna reserve it. I'm gonna reserve it for the
Okay.
good ones, not
All
just
right.
willy-nilly. So the reason that I did that is because the mental health system doesn't really support everyone in the way they need support. And I really wanted to get to the bottom of how I could create a more resilient and just whole self so that I could ascend to my highest potential and share that information with my loved ones and anyone that needed it. So that was me sort of moving back a couple steps to move forward. I started University of Toronto as a mature student, and I hope that's a reminder to everyone that it is not too late to get your education. 4 or 5 years are going to pass if you're lucky, regardless, and you could either get a degree by the end of it or not.
Wow.
So that's my go to school talk.
Yes.
And
Okay.
what that did too was that opened my eyes to just what it takes to be. Oh, hello, son.
Oh, that's what it takes.
That's what it takes to. Oh, he loves being on camera too. You're on a podcast. This is like a not even a
You're a
boring
star
meeting.
now,
A
baby.
star,
You're
you
a
know.
star.
He's like millions of
So you have a
viewers.
co-host?
I have a co-host. That's Max and my son,
Okay.
and he's 8, and it's a PA day, so that's fun.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And what else? Yeah. So in my journey to real estate finance, I started as a broker, then went back to school, then came to Matrix. And Sean Allen, the CEO and founder of Matrix, and I really built it up along with his wife Carla and all the other amazing people that manage and work at the company to be the 5-time brokerage of the year and really support people that were left out by the banks. That was our bread and butter. Our niche was to support our community and to support those that were not getting serviced by the banks. And we expanded to be national. We traveled to Australia and to other places, like conferences. And we really focused on the business, not in the business. So, how to build up a business, how to build up a marketing behemoth, how to recruit at scale, how to reach your customers' hearts and minds and stay there. And these are principles that help any business ultimately. So, what's been going on in the last couple years is I had started my own startup during the pandemic, Lingo Learn,
Mhm.
and I learned what it was to go up and then be like, oh my God, my business cash runway is running out.
Mhm.
I should have been looking for capital sooner. And that really led me to think about, wow, like I think the most meta thing that we can do as a community, as Black folks and as women, is to make sure that investor dollars to support small businesses are going to people of color and women, because there's something called the funding gap, where only 3% of all invested venture capital goes to people of color and women combined. How the heck do you figure? That's like 70% of the population, and they're only getting 3% of this investment. So that's a massive disadvantage. And I thought that I could personally make the most impact in my life over the next 20 years if I focused on getting Black people and people of color and women more investor dollars and controlling that money. We don't have any control or any shaping of our destiny. We have no road to equity or equality unless people that look like us are making those investment decisions. So I'm now the marketing director at Nobellum. We support 100 Black entrepreneurs in STEM to become savvy startup and business owners by 2025. And we are...
There's your co-host.
Award for I took my son to cross country.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what I do. I help entrepreneurs to scale their business, to get investor capital, and to penetrate the market a little better these days.
I need to take a sip of water.
This is pre-coffee.
Oh my. Okay. So many things. I'm going to already make a ask of you. Would you be willing to come back at another date to talk about the whole area of venture capital?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's about 17 things that you chatted about there that you would provide added value to the Morning Vibe family. So before we go there, just up of some people chiming in. Good morning, Opal Inspired. Go check out her YouTube channel where she's doing great things creatively. Good morning, Wayne Harris, who's one of our regular contributors on the Morning Vibe every first Friday of the month. He does financial First Fridays on the Morning Vibe and covers various chat topics. We're international this morning. Serena Wills from the DMV area down in Washington, Maryland, District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia area. Wayne Harris is already chiming in saying, working on the business will help you go 10x. Working in the business will keep you at 2x at best. Outsource the activities to prevent you from scaling. And then good morning, Tim Frey. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing fine. Let me ask, again, there's so many things. So I'm just going to pick one or two things and we're going to go on a break and then we're going to come back and talk about LinkedIn. Because Ryan told me you got it going on when it comes to LinkedIn.
Yeah, sure do.
And their questions are coming in already. So I like to serve the audience best. So Wayne has a question already. Do you help people with their pitch for funding and walk them through the various rounds of funding?
Yeah, that's something that I do with Nobellum. It's something I do as a VC. And I think that's really the main part of it, is demystifying the process, as well as making sure that your pitch is going to be well received by those investors by making clear paths to profit, right? Not saying like, oh, I'm doing this thing and I'm helping these people and it's all fun and dandy and this is about me and this is about my market, but it's more like, the money, right? Like, how are you going to make my money back? What's your plan for that?
In your space as a VC, how many Black women do you see?
Well, thankfully at Nobellum, it's all Black women, and
let's stop there. Let's stop there, right there. Sorry to hold you off. Okay, how many other firms in that industry are all women that you know of?
It's less than 1%. Like it's.
Uh-oh, we lost her for a second. I think she was multi-purposing and she clicked out for a second. So we'll get back to her in just a second. I think she's back now. All right, you're back. You're multi-purposing, I see. So that's okay. All right, so we have her back. Yeah, there can't be a lot of firms that are all women in the world of venture capitalism. And is that an advantage?
It is actually shown that women make better general partners and managers, in the sense that they do more due diligence. They're also more personable and relatable and helpful to the startups. And more to the point, women are more likely to give other women a chance with their investor dollars and have more diverse people in their portfolios. So that's, again, like I said, it's a cascading effect. We need more people of color making the decisions with money so that they give other people of diverse backgrounds a chance.
How did the firm start?
So right now I work sort of solo doing VC deals, and I'm building out
Wow.
Nobellum Ventures with Nobellum, and we're launching that in the beginning of 2025. So we're starting our fundraising journey, but we still help startups to get venture capital money through pitch competitions. We're throwing the Business Summit, the Biz Summit, which is Black Innovation in STEM, in June, right before the Collision Conference, and we'll be giving away $25,000 to $50,000 for the pitches there. So if anyone here is a founder, you want to pitch your business, you can enroll at Nobellum in their innovator or their growth stage programs. There's also other wonderful accelerators like the Black Founders Network, as well as the the BEA out of York University. These are also Black focused accelerators that may be of interest to your audience. And I can just give you all the links when we wrap up.
Okay. Another question from Wayne Harris. He is all in right now going, there was a group of Black women in the USA, I believe Atlanta, got sued for discrimination by focusing their funding on Black women. How do you navigate with that with your VC firm?
Thankfully, we're not in the States where they decided to dial back affirmative action to 1900s. And they didn't, I don't think they actually got hit with that lawsuit. I think it was a pain in the ass, but they didn't have to shut down.
Okay. And I know
Fearless Fund. Yeah.
And you know, Laura is really great at multi-purposing because she's now broadcasting this on her YouTube channel and her LinkedIn channel. So she's on it, because 99% of the guests or friends that come on don't do that. So you're the only, maybe the second or third one of all the people I have on that said, she saw she can do it. Bang, she made it happen.
So I've been using StreamYard for a couple of years, and I think it's easily the best streaming platform out there, especially for LinkedIn Live, which
yes.
I'd be happy to start delving into, because
okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Frequency Event Promotion says, good day, everyone. We're gonna be talking about them I'm gonna be talking about them in a few minutes. This is good. Can you give us a time in your journey that was really challenging, and how did you overcome it? Can be personal, professional.
The peaks and valleys. I think for everyone, sorry, 1 second.
No problem. You've put yourself on mute. Okay, she has muted herself.
Yes.
There we go.
I was yelling at my child to turn down the TV volume. Normal. Okay. So speaking of children, I'd say the pandemic was easily the hardest thing I've ever done. I was running 2 businesses between LingoLearn and Matrix. My son was at home. He was in senior kindergarten. The deal was never that we are full-time entrepreneurs and stay-at-home mothers and the freaking teacher and tech support. That was never the deal. So I think I was just at my limit, probably putting 80 hours a week in, and not particularly happy, like doing well financially, but a shell of a person in a lot of ways. And when things wound down with that startup, I realized that, like, I'm not going to get that year back. You know what I mean? No. That year that I barely saw my kid, that year that I didn't have any social engagement, that I was burning at both ends, you know, I believe I'm a highly ambitious person, but you got to leave something in the tank.
I couldn't tell. I can't tell that at all. You're lazy.
Clearly.
Yeah. But yeah, clearly, like you're just a boring person.
Yeah. And then, you know, when you fall on your face and you think you're going to renew $1 million contract, and then you don't, and then you're like, do I even have a business if I don't have $1 million contract? Like, I think I was on my face for like 3 or 4 months being like, what what do I do now? Right? I'm supposed to be filthy rich right now. This isn't what? Why aren't I rich yet? So upset.
Yeah.
So I did a full reset. I wasn't like an alcoholic, but I did quit drinking, quit smoking. I quit hanging out with everyone. I went in, I doubled my meditation. Yeah. And that was initially kind of hard during the summer and then amazing to wake up just perfect every day with a clearer and clearer head. And that's really what allowed me to make this pivot and to start to recreate a legacy for my life really intentionally. And I'm going to drop a few books along the way that help
Okay.
me.
And you know what? I want you to, but also I'm going to email you after this for a number of things. If you could put a list together for us, and I'm going to share it with our Discord community, so you can mention them here. But then I also want to put it to our Discord group in
Sure.
regards to. Oh, she put one. Okay, so she's
And in the
she's
chat.
multi-purposing. She's multi-purposing, and I love it. So someone who can relate, because when I do this Han Solo, everybody, I'm carrying the conversation, I'm watching comments, I'm putting them on the thing, this, that, and the other thing. So this Laura is a member. It has a part of my heart because she gets it. She gets it. So let me just some comments here. Rustum says, good to see Laura. She is a star.
Thank you.
Frequency Event Promotion says, good day, Laura. There's also, you tell it about parenting in the pandemic. We were lunch ladies, counselors, teachers, aides, but it made me and my son much closer. And here's one of the books that Laura's recommended. And I'm going to follow her on YouTube after this conversation. Here on a Mission, Donald Miller. Then let me ask you, what did you learn about yourself during and post-pandemic that you did not know before that time?
I learned that I'm really good at sharing a vision and getting things started, and that I'm not as good at managing and operating on a day-to-day basis because I prefer to like act more like a bee, right? Where you're like going around and you're pollinating things and ideas, right? And people. And I'm not the gardener though, right? I don't want to sit there and tend to it every day. My one plant that's dying could tell you I'm not very good at that. So that was kind of a hard thing to say, right? Like maybe I don't make a great CEO, right? Because that means you have to sit there and do one thing and that's your baby.
Yeah.
Right. And that's okay. But maybe then it gave me the idea to, sit down and read. And I read Here on a Mission, and you take yourself through a few exercises. One of them is to write your own eulogy, which sounds kind of dark.
No, that's not funny. Actually, one of the practices I'm doing more aggressively in the upcoming months is something called a living eulogy. And the people that are very close to me, I'm going to either type it or write it down, and I'm going to sit them down. I'm going to read it to them.
That's amazing.
And the gentleman who introduced that to me, oh, I forget his name now, but he told, when I first met him, I said, what are you talking about, living eulogy? That's an oxymoron, living eulogy. And he said, Dr. Vibe, don't you notice a lot of times people say the best about people during their eulogy? Why aren't they doing it while they're alive?
Touche. Touche. So you got to think about the legacy you want to lead. And I'm like, okay, so here's my strengths, like here's my weaknesses, and that's okay. Everyone's got them. You might as well just make your peace with them, because you can then just hire someone to do those things, right? Like, calendar management or accounting. Like, I think it's so unfair that in high school you have to learn the quadratic theorem when in reality only a small segment of society is ever going to need to know that. So
absolutely,
to the point was really, hey, like, these are the things I'm good at. I'm good at marketing and promoting and advising and seeing complex problems and solutions to those problems when they're other people's problems. I think everyone can relate to that.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And just being there for the entrepreneurship community, and my legacy that I want to lead is to support and promote other women and Black entrepreneurs in their journey so that we can collectively build more wealth, build more power in our community, and lead to better outcomes and futures for the next generations.
Okay. You need to just can what you just said there. Make that your mission.
That's
So
it.
you can watch this on the replay. I'll say like right there. Bam.
That's it.
Bam. And you're not trying to, you are leaving a legacy. You're doing it already. So don't say what you're hoping that you are doing it.
Currently doing it. Exactly.
Yes,
So
you
yeah,
are doing it.
the last year I've just been going to tech conferences, writing out my destiny daily, reading it, working on just reprogramming my subconscious thoughts. That's very, very, very real. Like if you have anything in your body that feels like it's lacking, if you're like, oh, I want it, I lack it, I don't have it, I will have it. That's not the conversation you need to be having with yourself. The conversation is you are currently enough, you currently have enough. Every single problem you've ever had, you've conquered, and you will continue to do so.
Bam.
Bam, bam, bam. Highly
right.
recommend. The best book I've ever read, The Power of the Subconscious.
All right. So we're going to read a few more comments. Then we're going to go to a little break, read ad for Frequency Event Promotions. And Ryan is in the green room, so we're going to get him on. But for more comments, Frequency Event Promotions. Laura, we met at the Business Summit at UTSC, where I graduated from, by the way, for the Friday night networking session. Great seeing you again, increasing your brand visibility.
Thanks,
How much are you paying Rustum? You got a fan club. She's saying true. Also, very powerful statement Natalie said of what you just said. Yeah, well, I'm glad it just didn't hit only me. It went through me to Natalie also. And Laura's put this book also, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Joseph Murphy. All right. So as I said, we're going to follow. Oh, look at this. Heather Harris, great morning. This is excellent information. Cheers. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do, absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick little break, and we're going to do a quick little thing here for Frequency Event Promotions. So here we go. Frequency Event Promotions has a sale on right now for pull-up retractable banners at a great product. It's a great product, great price of $149 plus applicable taxes. This is a limited time offer. So if you're watching this live on the replay, that's how you can get the deal. $149 plus taxes. And there are other things that they do also. So you want to make sure you take advantage of that big time. Also, Frequency Event Promotions is doing this. Email and say Dr. Vibe and Ryan Knight and receive $25 off any additional service, t-shirts, hoodies, etc. So email sales@frequencyeventpromotions.com or call 647-317-2170 extension 2. And they're also having an event tonight. And I know Frequency Event Promotions, you've been asking if I can go. Unfortunately, I cannot go. Sorry, I have not got back to you, but I'm not the important one. You're probably sold out anyway, so you don't need me and you probably don't want me anyways. So I'll leave it at that. All right. So we are back, and let's get back to this. Let's get back to, and Mr. Knight is in the house. Ryan Knight. Good morning.
Hey, good to see you, brother. And it's always good to see you, Laura.
Hi, Ryan.
What's been going on in Ryan's world?
What's been going on? I know later today, ACBN, we are having our, mini office Christmas party. So that'll be fun just to get the team together. But yeah, it's been a bit quiet, just trying to decompress from the year.
Hold on. A bit quiet this week with all the stuff you're doing about the grants, and you call that quiet?
Hey, that to me is a labor of love. So yesterday we had over 100 people register to learn about the Frontlines Youth Grant. So if you know somebody under 30, definitely let them know they can get access to $3,500 for their community projects. And they announced that they got renewed funding. So they will be giving this funding out, I think, for the next 4 years. So a lot of money is out there for our youth. And then Wednesday, we had our working group about the RAISE grant, which is due today. So
mine's done.
Get it in.
Ryan pushed me to do it, and I've done it. I don't know. I just put it out there and see what happens. But I'm going to be speaking with a lady on our screen right now because we're going to have some conversation. because
yes.
I want to 10x. And later on in the show, we'll be talking about a big thing that happened over the last week for Dr. Vibe that's made it's gone bigger. Let's just say bigger. All right.
Nice.
So yes, and so that's, and the funny thing is, Ryan, I didn't know it, but I have a very good associate who works for the Ministry of Economic Development for Ontario.
Okay.
And I called him last night just to check in on him, and he said, "Hey, I was at an organization in Southwestern Ontario. They mentioned your name, and I was chatting you up." And I said, "Oh, thank you."
Yes.
And then I said, I applied for this raise grant. He goes, "Oh, I know about that." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." And so I'm calling him today, say, "Hey, do you know any people going to help me get me across the finish line?" So,
okay, good.
I wish, but it's great.
Well,
But
one thing I'll say is, I was talking with Station, who's the executive director of Frontlines that's doing the grant. And she asked me, like, "Ryan, how is it possible that you're so active on LinkedIn? Like, there's no way you have that much time."
nice.
And so I will tell you, the secret weapon is right there.
Look at it. Look at this. She bully. She bull. Let me just take someone off the screen. So, she bully. All right. We're also just FYI broadcasting on IG, but this whole thing is going to be on IG because she's already dropped knowledge bombs, but Laura Scarlett-Martin is now going to 10x the conversation. So Laura, I'm going to be honest. I am not a big LinkedIn person. What I mainly do on LinkedIn is I broadcast on LinkedIn because I'm not City Pulse. I can't be everywhere. And but I can. But the thing is, I go where I get the most traction.
Right. That makes sense. Totally.
So,
and I have a very good case for LinkedIn being the place that everyone that is B2B facing getting the most traction. Okay,
so where do you want to start? Good morning, Chef Bazir. I'm really going to say you need to get on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel because the LinkedIn knowledge bombs are going to drop. So Laura, take us whatever you want to whatever you want to say about LinkedIn. The platform is yours. Give us go for it.
Okay, and I could do a demo even if you wanted.
Hey, absolutely. Yeah, this is yours. This is your wheelhouse.
I'm trying to make it like you'll get it. Like it's when I'll talk about it while I'm sort of setting that up. But Ryan can attest to the fact that there's, the reason that I like LinkedIn is because I thought about back when I was in university thinking, what can I do as a goal, as an activity, as a daily action that will have the best outcomes for the duration of my entire career and allow me to pivot into my career however I need to. And I think that a mistake that a lot of people make is they make themselves synonymous with the company that they are under the employ of, or even of their current company, right? And I think that that's a mistake. I think everyone needs to start with their personal brand and really get their name out primarily and have them synonymous with someone that helps others, right? Dr. Vibe here is like, I am going to advise people. That's what I'm brought here for. I'm here to help others. And I think that what you should just do with your personal brand is focus on letting people know the ways in which you can help them. And that could be vast and varied ways. It doesn't need to be one thing. I think that's another misnomer where people have someone in their ear saying, you're all over the place. You can only be one thing, right? And maybe that's true for you and that's your constraint, but that's not true for me.
Okay.
So just don't listen to the naysayers. Listen to people that are doing it, that are living it and doing it. These are the only kinds of people you should be taking advice from, where that's actually someone that you want to be and aspire to be. So going from there, moving on, I said, okay, LinkedIn is the one. And this is a decision I made back in 2013 or 14. I started on the platform in 2009, but I had 5,000 or 6,000 connections. And I thought I was a big shot even then. But there's actually a 30,000 cap on LinkedIn. And so when you connect with someone on LinkedIn, that is a two-way street. It's not like Instagram where I follow Dr. Love and maybe he doesn't follow me back. Right. So maybe
By the
that's
way,
one
you're
of
not
those.
the first one to call me Dr. Love, but I take the compliment.
Did I? Damn it.
That's all right. Call me whatever you want, Laura. Call me whatever you want. I've been called
Yeah.
worse. It's all right.
You know, I was it was the stupid P. Diddy stuff I was watching last night.
No, let's not go there right now.
Sorry,
Please.
man.
No,
That's bananas.
That's another conversation. Please and
I was
thank
working
you.
and watching YouTube about that nonsense, but okay, I digress. So
No
when
problem.
I follow someone on Instagram, they don't necessarily follow me back. Same goes for X or Twitter, and any of the other platforms. While there is massive potential for virility with TikTok, like I made my first TikTok that got over 60,000 views the other day. That doesn't necessarily translate to money, right? It's fine, but it's like, it's not like, you know, the money, right? Like, can I get a business conversation and a partnership or deal or whatever, new client going from that? And I'm sure people do, but my goal isn't to be a content creator. My goal is to make business partnerships and to, you know, support my businesses.
No, I want to interrupt you. I think that's a very interesting thing you just said there. The difference between making money and being a content creator. That's two different mindsets. And I think there may be people out there who are content creators who think that they're doing business, but they're just really doing content creating. What's the difference, in your opinion?
Content creation is an aspect of marketing and lead generation, but business development is the conversations you're having one-on-one, or like Ryan does, for instance, with, you know, seminars that are educational in nature, where that is clearly a pipeline of leads of paying customers, right? So you need to think about, am I creating a pipeline of people that I can sell to, that will be my clients? Yes or no, right? Because a follower isn't a pipeline.
No,
It's got to be someone that's on your email list, that you're having a conversation with, that you booked a discovery call list, and that's the end goal. So you need to sort of change your goal from, okay, how many views did I get, to how many people did I get in their inbox this week, right? Did I get in their inbox? Did they reply to that message? And then did they book a meeting with me? That's the end goal. So if your goal, let's talk about a basic business funnel, right? A sales funnel is, let's say your goal is to get 10 sales calls a week. And if I did 10 sales calls a week, I might make 20% closing ratio on those sales calls and have a total of 8 sales a month. And if you're a mortgage agent, well, you're doing really good. You're making like
absolutely
$250,000 a year like that. If you're a real estate agent, you're making $500,000 a year like that. If you're a car salesman, you're still making great money, right? It depends on your product. If you're selling $10 items, you're going to need a lot more than that. But for let's say generally, like your ticket item is $1,000 or something like that. Maybe a client to you is worth $1,000 if you're an accountant or something like this. Then you would want to close about 8 sales a month. So you would need to reach out, therefore, to 10 a week. That's 40 a month.
You're wide.
Right. So that's 40 calls a month. So how do you schedule 40 calls a month? Well, if you message someone on LinkedIn, there's about a 10% chance they're going to reply back if your messaging was good, and if there's a fit, and, you know, if they look at your profile and it seems like you check out, you know. So based on that, you need to send 400 messages a month. And who the hell has time for that? Right? I can't pretend like I have bootstrapped that in the past, and I have done it, and that's kind of when I'm burning the candle at both ends. It's a lot of copy and paste. Maybe you could pay your 12-year-old or something to do that, but some good old child labor tactics, or outsource. You could outsource, but you can also automate.
Yes.
So I'm going to now talk about a system that I use. It's Dripify.io. I'm going to screen share.
So isn't it nice? It's so wonderful as someone who has a depth in StreamYard. This is a beautiful thing. One of the things that, should I talk with, or maybe in a private conversation with Laura, maybe because there's something I use that I get good traction on that a lot of people don't use when it comes to initial reaching out.
Okay.
Here we go to the stage. Yes, let me get this thing down here.
I need to actually
funky screen here. Okay, let
stop
me.
that one and start a new one.
No problem. So everyone, we are getting some LinkedIn game today. So as Laura's finding where she wants to navigate, yes, we do have an end of social tonight frequency event promotion, and yes, it is sold out. But of course, we have room for you, Laura Ryan Knight, and for one of your for your online guests. Okay. Also, Natalie Waters is giving ovations to Laura.
Nice.
Rustam is saying talk. Yes, well, I don't think she's
say
talking.
More things. Okay, I'm ready.
She's sharing. She's not talking.
Yeah, say more things, right? Okay, so this is
here we
LinkedIn,
go.
right?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is, and I can drop a link of the
software.
Maybe I'll put it in the private chat so you can share that if you want.
Yeah.
Because when I share it to chat, it just goes to my audience, I'm pretty sure. So that doesn't help.
Okay, so are you doing that? Flick fireworks. Hey, what's up? Cool. Go to the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube channel. You can see the screen. We can only do so much with Instagram. It's very limited. Also want to say hi to Joyful Connections, Life Coaching, Digital Stem Cell. Good morning, Chef Basir, and others. Yeah, and just saying Flick Fireworks has won a number of awards. I think in the last year and a half, she's won about 5 awards. So if you need fireworks stuff, and she's going to be on in the new year. She has been,
nice.
Yeah, she's won at least 5 awards. We had a conversation the other day. We actually were at an event about 3 Saturdays ago, the Champion Community event. And we had a chance to meet and share. And we had a great conversation while I was driving yesterday. It's the best time for me to have conversations while I'm driving in Toronto traffic, or surviving in Toronto traffic, not thriving in Toronto traffic. All right.
Cool. So yeah. So what I'm doing is, it's the thing with content creation is it doesn't make sense unless you have a big audience. So I mentioned at the very beginning that the LinkedIn network has a cap of 30,000 connections. So I need everyone here to understand that is now your goal.
Wow. Okay. That our goal.
That is now your goal. You need 30,000 connections. When you have 30,000 connections, you have a mailing list of 30,000 people. You have 30,000 people viewing your posts. You can now see who they know. What I have to do now is I have to prune my list, delete people to re-add people. So now I'm creeping up above 30,000, but you don't need to worry about the pruning part for some time. So what you first need to think about is who your target market is, and populate your connections with that target market in mind. So why don't we use someone here as an example? I can use Ryan. I think we have a similar sort of cohort where we're looking for other business owners, right?
Yeah, and even with ACBN, we're now looking for people in sponsorship. So those that are working at companies that deal with sponsorship, so that we can reach out to them.
Oh, hold on. Why haven't you asked me for help on that?
Good call. So sponsorship. I'm down for sponsorship. I'm so down for
sponsorship. Hold on. I'm just gonna interrupt, Lion. I have 3 brands, 2 local, 1 global, Dove Men Plus Care, that I've had a sponsorship relationship now for 4 years. So
yes. I asked together. What are you talking about?
No, but
we're always working on that.
I ask your help. Please ask for mine.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So
please ask, because
this is the help.
Yeah. Also. So this is the thing. So I want to help you. You're an organization. Shortcut the shortcut.
Yes. Much appreciated.
No problem. Sorry to interrupt, Laura. Go ahead.
Yeah. And for Miss Chin, there is a difference between connecting and following. When you follow, that's a one-way street.
Okay.
So if I hit follow here, I'm following him, but I can't message him. I can just see his post, and he can't see my posts. But if I connect with Joseph Morello, who's at the top here, who does Associate Private Equity Sponsor Search Coverage Group at Scotiabank, then from there, once he accepts, then I can message him. He sees my post. I see his post. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a funnel. So what I did to start, I'm going to just back up a little bit, is you have to go, I'm going to start from the very top. You got to follow closely, guys. at the top, you go to My Connections, over here to Connections. It's a little different on mobile, so do it on your desktop. You go to Search with Filters, go to All Filters. First means you're already connected to them. So if what I wanted to do was message everyone in my current network, then I would pick first. But right now I want to do second connections to build my network of sponsors. And I can then say, okay, I'm across Canada. That's fine. I can pick a company, RBC, TD, whatever. But I want to make it broader so I get more people. And under title, this is the key part here, right here, title. What is their job description going to say?
Mm-hmm.
What would their title be? Would it be Director of Sponsorships? Would it be
Marketing?
CEO? Would it be marketing? Right. So I'm just going to go ahead, and you might need to play with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to put sponsorship here in the title and see what comes up. Now I have 176 results, which is not bad. If I did some other search title like owner or CEO, this would look like thousands, right? But because it's a very specific thing, I'm going to just go with this group of 176. And what you do is you hyperlink this search query and then go over to Dripify. They have put the link for Dripify there, and you can start a 7-day free trial. And in that way, you'll be able to add all these 176 people and message them for free with the free trial. So there's literally no downside to this. What you do here is you make a campaign, a new campaign, and you add the leads. I'm going to call them sponsors across Canada, and put that link, that URL link.
Mm-hmm.
It suggests 100. I'm going to max it out to 176. I could have kept going up to 1,000 people, but I'm just going to keep it moving. So now I'm going to create a campaign, and it's very easy. It's drag and drop, as you can see. And the first thing you would do is obviously send an invite because we're not yet connected. And then I'm going to just end it over there. If they accept, great. If they don't, I don't care, because I didn't do any legwork. It's their right to accept or not accept.
Exactly.
And then I'm going to stagger these next steps by the hour, so it goes through them faster. And my next step here is I'm going to do things that foster warm, fuzzy feelings, like endorse a skill. And the robot's doing this. I'm not doing these things. And then it's going to like their post. And
so this is like it's doing it on its own. You're not doing any prompts.
I'm not doing jack.
So AI, it's the AI family. So this is AI in action.
It's going to go through there and do that. Like if you look at my inbox here, right, you can see that I'm sending all these messages a day and getting all these responses. I'm not doing any of that.
Wow.
That's all generated by this. So, but I don't seem like, you know how those people show up in your LinkedIn mailbox and they're just like send this like giant block of text and it's all like blah blah blah. I do this, I do that. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, go away. What are you talking about? Like,
Get to the point. Get to the point.
A, get to the point. And B, like you just came out of nowhere. Like, could you warm me up a little? Like, come on, man. So what's happening here is in this person's notification section over here, it's gonna show, oh, Laura liked your post. Laura endorsed your skill. And then they're like, oh, like who's Laura Scarlett? Like, that's so nice. That's cool, right? And then Laura Scarlett shows in their inbox.
Okay. I'm actually going to end this on Instagram because you can't see the screen. So so you need to get the screen on this. So this is why I'm saying go over the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and you can watch and listen to Laura in action. So remember to give yourself grace. Don't just manage your time, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. God bless, peace, well, keep the faith and walk good.
Yeah. So then I'm going to do a message. As you can see, you can customize it and say hi, first name. So it's not like so random. I usually start with thanks for connecting, like gratitude. It plays all day, right? So I'm looking forward to hearing more from you on the platform and would be grateful if you would and would also like to know if your mandate includes supporting Black entrepreneurs in tech. I am the marketing director for Nobellum, and we are putting on a vast amount of events this year, including pitch competitions, supporting upskilling for
This is wonderful.
young
You're seeing Laura in game mode. Laura's in game mode. This is good. This is real good.
And we got to think about what's in it for them, though, right? So I'm thinking, what is in it for them? Because like you can't be me. It's got to be like they see the money in this somehow, right? Or they see that this looks good in terms of optics, or this fits their mandate, right?
Yeah.
So thanks for connecting. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you on the platform, and would also like to know if your, that's not right. If your mandate includes supporting Black entrepreneurs in tech. I'm the marketing director for Nobellum, and we put vast amount of events, so including pitch competitions, supporting for young talent in tech, and are looking for corporate partners to help them recruit diverse talent pools. And
this is interesting. This is interesting. I'm Laura and I are going to have an offline conversation because I have some suggestions, but I'm not going to give them here.
Okay. Hope. Does this seem like a fit, right? And you want to ask a question at the end where it kind of demands a yes or no response in a sense, right?
Makes sense.
Are you open to jumping on a call next week? I just used next week vaguely because it's gonna drip out over the next several days, right?
I can't wait for our conversation.
It's gonna be sweet. Okay, so this is a little bit sloppy. I'm probably gonna revise this later, but in the interest of time, I'm gonna
for the family. Yeah,
okay?
You're giving a little bit of thing. Yep.
What I'm not going to do is bombard them with another freaking 4 messages.
No.
To the abyss. That's what I'm not going to do, because that's even worse than the initial block of text is the subsequent blocks of text going to the abyss. And at that point, I literally just disconnect. I'm like, okay, you're a robot. Like, you're basically a robot. Right? So up until that point, it's conceivable that I'm not a robot. Right? I don't seem like a robot. I'm not moving like a robot right now. I'm moving like someone that is messaging them because I know they're in sponsorships. This is relevant to them. I told them what the F I want. And I told them how it may benefit them in the sense that I could provide a diverse pool of talent because I know you have those diversity mandates for your company, and that I could make you look good by supporting diverse talent in the entrepreneurship space. So that's where I'm going to leave it. And then, like I said, there's going to be about a 10 to 15% response rate if my targeting was good and if my messaging was good. And if it's less than 10%, I need to reconsider what my messaging was like. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
10% or more is great.
That's great. That's gravy, man, considering all I did was this front end work that took me 7 minutes. 7 minutes? Yeah. Okay, so now what's going to happen is it's running this campaign up here. You can see this is a different campaign where it had a 7.8% reply rate. And it's got all the leads. It shows my inbox within this, so I could actually go here and look at all the people I need to reply to. OMG.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Who helped you with this? That's running in my alleged mind.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? So that's Stripify in a nutshell, right? Anyone can do this. The content stuff, like that's gravy, you know. Like you don't need to spend hours on end doing content. Like it's absolutely acceptable to reshare other people's posts.
Absolutely.
You know, to just give the highlight wheel of, oh, I went to this event or that event, or share a news article. Just be useful. Be useful, be of value, and people will notice.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop the screen share now.
No
because
problem.
I made the point there.
Thank
If
you
anyone
for sharing
wants
that.
a deeper dive, you can go for it. I did a partnership with ACBN where I did a live workshop there. So happy to do more of those for whoever wants
People are
it.
still talking about that workshop. So for those that missed it, definitely check out Laura's LinkedIn. I know she has some past videos that go a bit deeper into how to use other AI tools like ChatGPT to fine tune your wording. So the value is there. And one thing that we said at the actual event is be prepared for that inbox. Like people will respond. And so you have to be ready to be able to connect or just respond back and have those conversations and have the meetings. So be prepared for it to work.
Yeah, and I recommend Calendly for booking those meetings. So usually I have like a Calendly link where instead of the back and forth, okay, Tuesday at 1, does that work for you? No, blah blah blah. And no, I don't get paid by Calendly, but yeah, like it's just easier. Like here's my Calendly link, schedule me when you want, and you set your own parameters for that.
Boom.
Wow. Well, we don't want to keep you much longer because I know someone's been been on you for the co-star of the show.
Yes.
This has been phenomenal. You're gonna see something. Okay, so if I email you, will I get a faster response than LinkedIn? That was one of my questions.
No comment.
Okay.
I feel like any response is a bad one. It's an admission of guilt in that sense.
Okay, well, Laura's not going to stay too much longer. If anyone has any questions or comments, we'll put them up on this screen. Okay, so Natalie says you need a copy of the replay. Well, wherever this is broadcasting, the replay is going to be up. So
check the YouTube.
There you go.
This is definitely a rewatchable episode.
Well, and Rustin says, beautiful work. Thank Laura. Okay. The workshop was great. There you go. Out of all the major platforms, do you feel that business people are missing out because they're not engaging more on LinkedIn?
100%. I mean, LinkedIn's the only place where people actually want to hear about your boring work stuff, right? And especially when you build out that audience of people that are interested, that's the key point, right? Like if you are a real estate agent, why not build out an audience of people that are real estate investors, right? For an obvious example. Or if you are an accountant, why not build out an audience of CEOs, founders, and owners that are making these decisions of which accountant do we hire? So the most important thing is building an audience of your key decision makers, and that would find value in the types of things you say and comment. One last thing about LinkedIn, a lot of people are really shy. They don't want to show up on video and camera. Maybe they feel
oh boy.
There's a lot of that, there's a lot of the, what will they think of me? Like, okay, first of all, 70% of people will like you. 10% of people will not like you for no reason and never will, right? And then the other bunch will love you. So really, it's fine. Just accept that as it is, but you can just comment on other people's posts too. Say smart things. And that's giving, right? They'll appreciate that you're engaging on their content. You can show that you know your stuff. And it's a deeper level of engagement than just scrolling past or liking them, right? Like also people will see your comment and maybe visit your profile and see what else you're saying.
Absolutely. There's at least one or two more questions. You have a few quick moments because I know you're probably on.
I got to jump off basically right after this question.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, there's some stuff here. Ryan, someone's asking where they can get a copy of the workshop for ACBN that Laura did. Also, Laura says, thanks for this great information. Frequency Event Promotions says, Laura, where do you see LinkedIn 2 years from now from your side of the silver quarter?
I mean, it doesn't seem that LinkedIn's got any competition, right? Like whereas Facebook and Instagram went down with the rise of TikTok and that whole like video type of streaming and shorter format, LinkedIn just doesn't have any clear competition. So I just see more people going into the workforce, going on LinkedIn, and it getting ever more popular. I think there's something like 500 million users. That's like so many, right? So, and that's where you're going to find your next employer. It's where you're going to find your next client. Don't sleep on LinkedIn.
Microsoft, right?
Don't sleep on LinkedIn. Don't sleep. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, they're going to
one last comment. Are people missing out using video on LinkedIn?
I've noticed that video gets a lot more views,
There you go.
And at a minimum, post a picture with it, like even just any picture. But ideally, smiley, happy faces, right?
Yes, yes.
But any picture will get you more traction than just a straight up written post. So people are visual creatures. People,
Yep.
if you are going to post a video, I implore you, you must have captions on that video. Over 80% of people scrolling on the internet are scrolling on mute for various reasons. Maybe because they shouldn't be scrolling right now, but you need to have captions.
Okay.
Makes
Well,
sense.
I know you got to go. Unfortunately,
Appreciate it.
I'm sure Dr. Tachi is going to be joining us. Someone has a question for you, but you're on the deadline with your young one. But look for
Yes.
my email before noon today.
Thank you for having me. It's been
My
such a
pleasure.
pleasure.
And would love to have you back
Yes, yes.
anytime you have time.
You got it. Let's do it in the new year.
All right. Be well. Keep the faith. Have a great holiday season. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy, and make sure you give yourself grace. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Mr. Ryan,
Yes,
that
yes.
was phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to our workshop teaching us about sponsorship. Let me know when you're free.
Absolutely, because I'm blessed now to have, well, a global brand, 2 local brands. So I've done it at the local level and the international level. And in a few minutes, something else that you know about, we're going to talk about. The people go, how did you do that? But for people, just because Laura's gone, we're not done yet. This is a great Friday. So let me just see one last comment. We got one of our great friends. So Natalie says, yeah, thanks again. Frequency member says video marketing. Great. And again, Natalie Waters is looking for, she was at your workshop with Laura. She wants to know where she can get a copy of, is there a copy available of that replay?
No, because it was in person. So we had to be there to be able to experience it. But on Laura's LinkedIn, she does have a previous video of pretty much the same workshop. So you can definitely check that out. I think it's on her YouTube, but she posted it on her LinkedIn.
And so I think you already answered this question. She says, Ryan, Mr. ACBN, can I get a replay from the workshop that I attended with you and Laura? It doesn't sound like it was documented.
Yeah, we didn't record it. So
okay.
Yeah, you got to some of these events, you got to be in person, people. So I'm glad you were there, Natalie. But on her LinkedIn, there's a copy of a similar workshop she did.
All right. So let's transition. Many of you know her. She is the host with the most of Mediascope, the livest online show about media, tech, and pop culture, Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Eastern time on Instagram. And then 6 p.m. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And here we have the one and only Dr. Tachi. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problems. And I wish that Laura could have stayed longer, because I know you would have had some questions for her.
Oh, and I have to watch the replay because I've been like getting myself ready for the rest of the day all morning. So I did not watch.
Okay,
so I have to watch the replay of this. So it will be new to me when I watch.
All right. So family, for you, those who don't know, this is a lady you need to know because she is the tip of the spear when it comes to media, tech, and pop culture. So we're going to go with a little story, and I'm going to start it off, and then Dr. Tachi is going to be, Dr. Tachi and I have been given an incredible opportunity. So I
hope I know the end of the story, but continue.
There's a part you don't know yet, but we're going to get to it. So let me do this first, because people see that there's something on Run, a 90-second spot I run. So I think this would be a good way to introduce this. So we're going to do this video first.
And that's what I feel like. You feel like you're the Harriet Tubman of the mind.
I am.
I feel like I'm I'm one of the Harriet Tubmans of intelligent Black people. Like, I want to liberate y'all from like being left behind and ignored and oblivion. No, really, the rappers get all the attention. Seriously, does anybody else feel this way? Like ignorant Black people, they'll be all up, getting all the headlines on the Shade Room.
Overly sexualized Black folks.
Like the twerkers and just people that, don't always represent the best of us, the diversity, like people like Dr. Vibe. Like everybody should know about people like Dr. Vibe. Dr.
really
Vibe
should.
he's trying to do good work for Black people. Dr. Vibe from Toronto. Good to see you, my brother. Dr. Vibe. Everybody follow Dr. Vibe. He has a great show. He's very good at what he does, and I have a lot of respect for him. Okay, so let me hop into this. What's up, Dr. Vibe? How you doing? Everybody, if you see Dr. Vibe in the chat, everybody go follow the Dr. Vibe show. Dr. Vibe is a real smart brother and a good human being. I like the guy a lot, and he's very intelligent. And I think everyone should pay attention to what he's got going on. We got to shine the spotlight on the intelligent Black people out here that are really doing the good work. Don't just pay attention to the rappers and the celebrities. A lot of these people are losers. Your true winners are your people in your community that are really having your back. Helping us to have stronger families and a stronger community. So Dr. Vibe is in that category. So you might see the Dr. Vibe show in this chat. If you see him, please go follow him. Okay. All right. So anyway.
Good stuff.
Okay. So you see that I run that almost every morning Vibe show. So a little background, I've been blessed to develop a relationship, a working relationship with Dr. Boyce Watkins, who has over 1 million followers on various platforms, even has his own platform now because he got kicked off of Instagram for talking about Dr. Claude Anderson's book.
Wow.
400,000 followers gone. But also a great lesson. He has another Instagram account, but he has developed his own platform. His own platform. That's called Blag Enough, or I don't know what he's changing, but if you go Blag Enough, BLAGGENAUF.com, which is growing, they're getting close to 100,000 subscribers on that platform.
Okay.
So I digress. So I've had Dr. Alicia, his wonderful wife, who has her PhD in social work. I've been counseling Black couples for over 15 years, couples, families, individuals, and also a certified trauma counselor. So about 2 Saturdays ago now, on Primetime Saturdays with Aisha and Lala, which I host, I'm doing a conversation, and all of a sudden in the YouTube chat, Dr. Alicia jumps in. So I said, hey, Dr. Alicia, you want to jump in? So she comes on the show, and then I see Dr. Tachi in the chat. I say, Dr. Tachi, you come on the show.
Nice.
So it was Black Lady Magic happening, and plus both of them have appeared together on my show talking about what was it about the Supreme Court
affirmative action in higher ed.
Yes, exactly. So they had known each other, and also we all three of us had an offline conversation. So the conversation is next level. I'm just sitting back and just enjoying Black Lady knowledge bombs. So the next day, and this is why you ask people, I messaged Dr. Alicia, and said, hey, Dr. Alicia, if you're interested, is there any way of maybe getting this Saturday night show on one of Dr. Boyce's platforms? And I also asked, hey, would you also like to interview either Aisha, Lala, or both? Because I think when we had our offline conversation, Dr. Alicia mentioned they're looking for content on Fly Nubian Queen, which is a YouTube channel that has 534,000 subscribers.
Right.
So I learned from my man, Mary Armstrong, make your big ask. Next thing she replies next day, oh, well, Dr. Boyce is already posting Mediascope. And Dr. Tachi had no idea.
Nice. Oh, gotcha.
She had Dr. Tachi was going,
Gotcha.
So then the conversation continues, and she goes, what time is that Saturday night show on? So I gave her the time. So long story short, what happened was last week, and I think maybe I'll show on my Instagram timeline, she says, Dr. Boyce needs your email address. I'm going, okay. So what do I get in my Instagram live? A screenshot asking for me to accept being a manager on the YouTube channel Fly Nubian Queen. So for those who don't know, you can manage other people's channels. That means you have access, you have the ability to post, etc. I go, okay, this is real. This happened on a Sunday. No, that's not the Sunday yet. So I go, okay, this is real. So I went, wow. So now the Saturday night show, primetime Saturdays with Aisha and La, is now being broadcast to the subscriber base of Fly Nubian Queen, which is 534,000 people.
Boom. Yo, that's sick.
Now, then, so that, and Dr. Tachi was on that first show too, because unfortunately, Aisha wasn't feeling well, and Dr. Tachi has made herself available. That's one. So that's part one, people. This is where the next level of fun begins. So last Sunday, I'm just sitting around, and all of a sudden I see on my Instagram timeline, there is a private group on Instagram of Dr. Tachi, myself, Dr. Boyce, and Dr. Alicia. I'm going, what's going on here? I'm going, what's up with this? So Dr. Alicia goes, I'm gonna read this verbatim. So I get this message. Hello, Dr. Vibe and Dr. Tachi. Boyce wants you to know if either of you are available for interview someone tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, who's gonna say no? When Dr. Boyce called, I said, well, I'm sorry. I arranged whatever else I had to do was out the window, which was nothing. So
So
yes.
So long story short, Dr. Tachi and myself give Dr. Boyce our email address through the Instagram. Within no time, we got contracts sent to us. Okay, this is real. And you know what? I wish I could get a copy of that contract, because it's a great blueprint for many people out there.
Right.
It was really, really thorough. So then, okay, we get Chanel, who's one of the members of the team of Boyce's team, send us the contract. I couldn't approve it till like 6 o'clock, and this thing's at 7 because I had a show to do. But we get the information, we get on the Zoom call. There's Dr. Boyce, and basically saying, giving us flowers, which was very humbling.
Solid.
Very, very humbling. He says, so you guys are really great at what you do, and bang, 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 etc. And I said, so basically they had sent us the bio on the person they wanted us to interview. And basically, when he started the live call, he was on for about 2 or 3 minutes and he left. He said, you guys run with it.
Yeah.
And that was on another one of his platforms, the Black Financial Channel.
Yeah.
So that was a whirlwind. Dr. Tachi, what is your thoughts over what's happened over the last week?
Well, first of all, I'm like, do you know what I do? I didn't even know that. I met him one time when I did a conversation with Dr. Alicia. We did it on his channel on Fly Nubian Queen about the whole thing with D1 music and the hip hop, and so we did a conversation about that, and it was really great. And I adore Dr. Alicia. She's brilliant and just as Dr. Vibe would say, next level. So of course I was like, she was like, can you do a conversation tonight? Sure, let's do it. And we did it. And he came in to meet me. And she said, Boyce never comes in to meet anybody that I'm like, oh, wow, I feel honored. So one time I met him, and I guess he saw what I did with Dr. Alicia, but he didn't have any other context really. Yeah. And boom, we're doing this. So I'm like, this is a testament, people, to the fact that to keep doing what you do, because you don't know who is watching. You never know who and how that can shape up. So I think sometimes people get so discouraged when it comes to this space because there are so many people putting content out there, and it is sometimes difficult to get, quote, discovered by your tribe or your people. So, but they come. You just keep doing what you're doing, put content out there, make your content visible, and it will be seen. You never know who is watching. So don't do it for 1 week and decide you haven't made $1 million, so I'm stopping. Well, you're lost.
And this is the thing, like, both myself and Dr. Tachi, just on our own, we don't got a large number of followers.
No.
No, so this should
but
be
see, it's
different.
not about large.
Thank you.
It's about dedicated, and it's
Yeah.
about engaged. So
Yes.
I look at my number. I don't have, I mean, let me just take Instagram alone. I barely have 4,000 people. I'm not even there yet. But I regularly get like 100 people or hundreds that will like what I do. You know, and that's just based off of the few that I have, which means I have a very engaged
Relationship, quality of audience.
Exactly. And I can see people that have like 10, 20, 30 times more people than I do, and they get the same number of comments and likes.
Right. So not as engaged.
So you got to look at it that. So I'm going to show something that Dr. Tachi has no idea about.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna okay. So I'm gonna let's see if I. Okay.
Do I need to run?
No,
Right.
you don't. You're gonna. Okay. So this is 70 seconds, family. Check this out.
That's one of the things we have going on in the Black Business School. We keep you busy. We have a lot of great stuff there. You can bring your kids. In fact, we don't just allow you to bring your children. We encourage you to bring your children. We don't just allow you to share your membership with your family. We encourage you to share the membership with your family, because I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with the stress and frustration of learning new things and then trying to share that with people who are addicted to the old things. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. Like where you come in with new ideas, but they're still stuck on the old ideas. You trying to move forward, they're trying to go backward. Well, how about all of you move forward together? And we got you in the Black Business School. We have a Black financial therapy department. Go to any HBCU or any white university on the planet and see if they have a Black financial therapy department. That is a reflection of the genius of the staff and the team that we have. We just added 2 more people to the staff, Dr. Tashi and Dr. Vibe, two excellent, brilliant people that are going to be facilitating conversations with many of the Black experts in our community. And what we're finding in our work, which is very exciting to us, is that you have no idea just how valuable our people are. You have no idea how rich and how deep and how amazing the talent is in our community.
How did I miss that?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I watch him. How did I miss that?
That was from I think last Saturday night. So I said. And I said I tried to message that video to Dr. Tachi last night through Instagram, and I didn't. And I sent a message. Did you see the video? I sent. She goes, "What video?" And then she said, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to send you." She said, "No, let me just delay it to when she comes on live with us this morning." And there you go.
Absolutely. Sorry. Let me say hey to Anna because she's on Facebook and I'm answering on YouTube. So hey, Anna. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh. I haven't seen that name in a minute.
Yeah,
Wow.
Anna is like Mediascope Massive Supreme.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So yeah, family, it's real and it hasn't hit me yet.
Yes. And so the conversations on those channels have already started, so people can tune in, or when should they tune in?
So and I guess we're gonna have a meeting probably with Chanel, and actually I'm gonna ask Chanel because I have a meeting with Chanel on Sunday, and I'm seeing if she wants Dr. Tachi there also.
Well, I have a meeting with her today.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a meeting with her today, and I have my second conversation on Monday. So I don't know if that's us together or what, but
no, I think it's what time are you meeting with her today?
I don't know. 2.
Okay, I have a meeting at that time, but if she was okay, I'd like us to be there together. But that's a whole other conversation itself. But
yeah. We'll work it out.
Work it out. So so
there. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Dr. Tachi.
Well, there is something else that everything what is it that's saying? When it rains, it pours. So in a good way. So next year, beginning in January, I am also going to be the media correspondent for the Kenny Burns show. I don't know if you know what Kenny Burns is.
You better give them the deep dive on this.
Yeah, so Kenny Burns is a former music executive. Who was we with? Was it Def Jam? I can't remember. But he was a former music executive, worked in the music game for a very long time, and now has a radio show in Atlanta. Don't get me lying to the station, but he also is like an investor in Uncle Nearest, the black-owned whiskey brand, which is where Jack Daniels got their stuff from. So Uncle Nearest also, he invests in a lot of different things. Also, there's a Haitian, like the Haitian version of like coquito.
Yep.
It's yeah. So there is LS Liqueur. It's it was started by a Haitian woman and or a Haitian descent woman, and it's bottled and they sell it in a lot of different stores. So he's an investor in that. So he invests in different things. And also he usually is a host when D Nice does his CQ Lives. He often is like a host for CQ Lives. So he does this whole thing, TKBS Nation, the Kenny Burns show, and they actually did a contest to get correspondence from the TKBS Nation, from those of us who watch. So I was like, oh, that's nice, and I was not planning on entering or doing anything at all. And so I had a couple of people pop on the show on Instagram Live and say that if they were into it. I was like, all right, well, everybody support them. So I had the people that came on. I said, support them, vote for them, vote for who you feel is right. Nice to have you on. And then I was like, and the reason I didn't is enter at first was because they didn't specifically talk about media. They had like a pop culture correspondent, which I do, but it was pop culture and music. And I'm like, well, that's not really my lane. So I just left it. But then I said, you know what? I saw somebody else do something for tech, something that was not listed. And I was like, well, when have I ever listened to directions before? Never. So let me go ahead and just make a thing. Now, here's the thing. So I did it. And it was late because I decided like the last minute, like the hour before it was due, that I was going to submit. So I was like, well, whatever. Even if I don't get in, it's fine. It's something just to do, and I'll post it. So you're supposed to post it on your Instagram and make them share it with them so that they could also post. So I did it. And I didn't really pay much attention to it, but he was like, right, everybody who applied to be a correspondent, come on, you're going to come on TKBS when we do it on, what's the name? Instagram. You're going to come on and we'll just talk for a bit. So that he had everybody on. So he brought me on and he said, now, you were late, right? I said, yes, sir. He said, the main reason that you are here, he said, you have a big fan. Tiffany is your biggest fan. She is the reason that you are on now. And he said, how many did she get? She said, you weren't even up for a full day and you had like 500 people vote for you. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, yes.
So I wasn't even up a full day and 500 people voted to have me as a correspondent. So he was like, now we have to be fair. I said, of course. No, that's fine. So I wasn't expecting anything, but he, at the end of it, when he said everybody who got it, he said, Tiffany, find a way to work with Dr. Tachi, please. So yes, he said, we're going to find a way to work with you. Please find a way. So then I was like, okay. So I had come on the show again to make a comment about something about the podcast that they do. And then he said, again, we're going to find a way to work with you. So he said this twice now. So now, starting next year, I'm going to be not only making weekly segments on media for TKBS, but also doing live streams, I think I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube or what, but we'll get to that. So yeah, that's the other second thing that happened. So everything is coming at the same time, which is great. And it's not just for me. Every opportunity I have also benefits everybody in the soup, everybody that is connected, because when I do things, I do it for the sake of everyone.
Absolutely. So
that's awesome.
Well, so it just shows you, family, be consistent, be respectful of people. Relationships, I always say relationships are key. because, you know, look at Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia. I'm not even an American, right? And I'm blessed to be partnered with Dr. Tachi, who we've never, she lives in Florida. I live in Toronto, and we're giving the opportunity, and I want to say that word opportunity, to be part of the faces on a network. Who knows what this is going to lead to? I like I already said to Ryan, we definitely want to make sure that we get to their annual Black conference in Chicago next year. So I'm already saying, okay, got to find a way there, because if I don't show my face there,
hopefully it's not during the winter.
No, it isn't.
Yes.
It's during the fall.
Okay, just as bad, but you know.
So Ryan, and Opal Inspired says, celebrating all the successes, love the connections. Well, it's one thing to connections. I like relationships, right? So to me, when I got invited to that private Instagram group with Dr. Alicia and Dr. Boyce, now that's relationship building now. And like, even the other day, I just put in, hey, how's everyone doing? Just general check in and all those things, because there could be some other things that Laura Lala Key from the side I show, fall winter in Chicago equals the same.
It's the same. Different names, same rubbish.
And Christopher, there's one thing. Opal says yes, agrees. Christopher says it's called cremasse. The Haitian quote.
Is it cremasse?
Cremasse, the Haitian bottle. Hee. Okay, so there you go. Well, I know, Dr. Tachi, you've got to jump.
Yes.
Got something. Do me a favor. If you can email Chanel and say, is it worth my while attending your 2:00 meeting? I will cancel what I have at 2:00 to make that happen.
Okay.
So if
I'll
you can,
ask her.
email her sooner rather than later. I'm more than happy to jump in, but the fun never stops. But I'm glad I caught you off guard with that video.
Nice.
You did. You did completely off guard, but it's a good off guard.
Thank you. Thank you.
My apologies. I do have to jump as well.
You got to jump. So Ryan,
yes.
So Dr. Tachi, any updates on Indie Soup Media?
I'll give you. I know Ryan has to jump, so go ahead. Okay, no. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. Sunday there is 2 holiday markets happening. So Canadian Black-owned marketplace and Empro Graphics. So we'll be there. We'll check it out. But yeah, we'll touch base with you soon. And always good seeing you, Dr. Tachi. And congrats on the success. We'll be following along. It's awesome.
All right, you take care. And Dr. Tachi?
Yeah. So there we are getting closer and closer to launch. I will have a better idea of date once we get things all together. So just stay tuned. That's what I can say for now. We we keep getting a rainfall of people who want to be on the platform and that type of thing. Yeah, which is great. But we have to make sure that everything is in place to accommodate everybody. So even I would love to have like 100 creators right now. And honestly, that goal is not that far off. But we have to make sure everything is correct and in place to accommodate 100. So
so Christopher says cremas in English. Also, Laura says, look at all the blessings flying. You're part of it, Laura. You're part of it. Absolutely. You are now getting broadcasts on a platform that has a reach of 534,000 people, subscribers.
Exactly. And you will be on Indie Soup as well.
Yes.
We have a reach of 1 million.
So I looked at the other day, I just said, wow, I've increased my reach 1.5 million in a month or so.
And that's what it's about. Remember, Mario always talks about borrowing an audience. Yes.
I haven't even told him yet about all of this. So I'm actually gonna do a video message for him this, because it's just crazy. So Dr. Tachi, thanks again. I want to make sure you get ready for your next conversation. Email Chanel, and I'd love to be in that conversation, or if she wants separately, no problem. I'm supposed to meet her on Sunday, but I'd love to come into the one you're doing today if possible. So as
Okay,
always,
I'll ask.
yeah, don't just manage your time, manage your energy, and remember to give yourself grace. And we obviously will see you soon, maybe
Okay.
tomorrow night.
Okay, then.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So family, another, so lots of things going on. Lots of things. And yes, Laura, flowers, well, right back at you, Lala. Right back at you. So one of those days, like it's been a gradually going, like people saying, how you doing? I tell people I'm gradually going tornado. So just crazy, crazy, crazy. So before we shut it down today, you can watch replays of this conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show, YouTube and Facebook, ACBN, the Afro-Caribbean Business Network, Facebook and YouTube, Ryan Oneil Knight, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Yeah, after this, I am emailing Laura because I need to raise the bar with my my LinkedIn stuff. Okay, a few other things. Let's talk about it. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Also follow the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Again, make sure I can't forget LinkedIn now. Also follow Ryan on any platforms where he's creating content. And man, his LinkedIn has just gone next level. Absolutely. To advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I host, please email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. This week I did hosted a great conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show with the president of Black Mental Health Canada. Really, really good conversation. So please check that out if you can. And then join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Got a lot of content we share that we don't share here. And hey, if you have any suggestions or guest suggestions, let's get on Discord. All right, that's it. That's all. I am done for now. So thank you, everyone. I got a few more comments here. Yes, have a great Saturday, Sunday, everyone and all. Yes, thank you, Christopher, for your support and frequency event promotion support of the Morning Vibe and all the different platforms. I'll text you today, but yeah, unfortunately, I can't make it tonight, but I hope it's a great event. And I do owe you to make it to one of your events in the new year. It's not a good thing. So I got to make up on that. And Rustam, thank you, Dr. Vibe. The pleasure's mine. Hey, Rustam, if you're up and into it, go to YouTube, go to the Dr. Vibe Show, subscribe and notify, because tomorrow night we have Primetime Saturdays with Aisha and Lala. And we're working on getting a guest or friend for Sunday afternoon for Black Canada Talking. That's it. All right, let's do it here. So as always, live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourselves grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Oh, forgot to say, coming up on this Monday's show, on her regular Energy Restored segment, Carolyn Nicole is going to be talking about how to not let your health take a backseat over the holidays. Yes, holidays are coming up, and we may want to take a backseat on our health regime. So she's going to be on. She's got a lot of exciting stuff to share. Her business, Energy Shack Juice Bar, is just growing like great stuff. And I actually introduced her to some people, and we want to see them help, because your health is your wealth. All right, one last comment. Natalie says, thank you, I will subscribe. You're very welcome. I appreciate that. All right. God bless. Peace to all. Keep the faith while good. And we'll see you, if not over the weekend, Monday morning, because the Monday morning conversation's already posted. And then next Friday, we have Ray McMillan coming back. Peace.